Hello, Northstar here with another Singularity Let's Play. Um, these videos are often short, usually accompanied by meandering thought about, well, whatever comes to mind, and I don't know, some of you watch them occasionally, so I, as viewers, I gotta make this channel work if I'm gonna survive in the long run, especially with, how, at least from what I've heard, the government is making it really hard to get disability for long COVID. I'm disabled with it. It's a very brutally oppressive disease that makes it hard to do anything. So there's no question I need the help, but it's not happening. And with the dark path the U.S. is going on, I really need to get out of the country. So I need a way to support myself. I'm going to go to move to a country in Europe because they won't take someone who's got no income aside from government programs. Sucks, but so hopefully there's some of you watching. Just watching, especially subscribing, helps me to survive potentially. So thank you. I appreciate it in advance. I'm just doing the philosophy explorer here. I don't think, have I done a video of this before? It's interesting. I just unlocked utilitarianism a little bit ago. What's most interesting about it is introducing concepts people may not have heard of. I've heard a lot of these, not all of them. Utilitarians judge actions by measuring the overall utility or usefulness of the outcome. So good action yields the most overall benefit with the least harm. The tricky part is measuring or even defining utility in the first place. It's worth noting many varieties of socialists tend to be utilitarians. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. To quote Star Trek, that's literally a summary of certain types of Marxist thought. Although the actual Marxist-Leninists tend to stray away from that a little bit. They tend to de-emphasize that part of Marxist philosophy. But eventually you get to right to revolt, which is a very anarchist concept on the ethics branch, or is that political philosophy? Individualism, which is often associated with capitalism and more right-wing ideologies. And it comes after autocracy, so that does imply that it is that version of individualism. This is a form of government. One person has absolute power to rule. The Greek philosopher Plato imagined virtuous philosopher kings would make wise decisions for everyone, but is a benevolent dictator even possible or desirable? And individualism, should individuals ever be forced to make sacrifices to help others? The principle of individualism says no. To individual self-reliance is virtue and personal liberty is paramount. So it's actually a kind of psychotic philosophy when you look at what it really is, not what people say it is. That people owe nothing to anyone else. It's like Ayn Rand nonsense. Which this game correctly closely associates with Machiavellianism. The Italian philosopher Niccolo Machiavelli proposed the principle that the ends justify the means. A truly Machiavellian leader might commit any number of immoral acts, theft, treachery, murder, as long as it's for the good of the people. Closely associated in practice, although in the way it's written out, it's actually more similar to utilitarianism, if the ends really do justify the means, but it often becomes nothing but an excuse for individualists to do what they want to do anyhow. And they're not technically linked. I don't know. Some things some of the explorations in this game are nonsense. The one on money in particular is pure propaganda. There's elements of capitalist and Marxist propaganda in the money exploration of the history of money, and none of it's supported well by anthropology. Other explorations, they're kind of iffy. The AI one is very much influenced by the latest ChatGPT stuff, and yeah, I have some concerns with it. That's the deep sea and the extinction ones aren't bad. Someone with the background biology can say they're reasonably accurate, but of course there's a little fanboyism for the Tyrannosaurus Rex that's just thrown into the mass extinction Explorer event for some weird reason in this game. I don't no, the guy who made this game has this weird T-Rexes are awesome. It's like, what the heck? It doesn't even belong in this exploration. In the Reign of Dinosaurs chapter of it, but still, it's kind of ridiculous. It looks like something written by a 6-year-old about why he loves T-Rexes. The node for T-Rex and that event. Mushrooms exploration isn't terrible either. Though it's a little bit leans into ecology, almost spiritualist nonsense. But it is based in, you find a lot of people think like that in ecology fields of biology, so it's not terrible. It's a little colored by those sorts, though. Problematic explorations. I guess it's just the money one. It has post-scarcity utopianism bullshit at the very end of it. It's got Marxist and capitalist propaganda both mixed into the earlier phases, and it's just not accurate to what we know. For instance, barter economies being almost non-existent historically. It was actually Marx who originally postulated that money evolved through barter, although Adam Smith, I think, commented on it too. They were both wrong. Barter practically never existed. Gift economy did, and historical societies went straight from gift economy to money, usually. There was no barter phase. We can find very little anthropological evidence of it. So, early 1800s thinkers postulate these ideas, but they've been thoroughly disproven and they have no place in something that's supposed to be an edutainment game like this. I don't know. The Beyond scene, by the way, is actually pretty interesting. I do like that it highlights to people, some people may think the Milky Way is the extent of the universe. Is not. There are many other galaxies, and the Beyond events are finally getting into the galaxy explorations in multiple galaxies. And I think it tries to avoid language where it refers to like something within the galaxy's intergalactic. By the way, if anyone's ever wondered, intra means within. So if you're talking about within a galaxy, it's intragalactic. Inter means between. It requires two or more of something. So interspecies competition is competition between two different species, whereas intraspecies means within a given species, for instance. And in the broadest terms, a species can be considered not just a biological species, but we can refer to a species as in a category. Sometimes in philosophy, you'll see that language. A species of thought, a species of... It gets very weird. It's an archaic meaning of the term species, but it's still sometimes used. Particularly in really obscure philosophy texts, you'll still see it. Which, this is the philosophy exploration event, so... Let's see, mushrooms, rocks, nothing wrong with that. Looks like it was just pulled from a Wikipedia geology page, but there's nothing wrong with it per se. Well, let's pop over to Beyond, and I'm just going to log out of this. It's just a short video for you folks. Get some more views on the channel, more impressions. YouTube has dropped my impressions straight off a cliff ever since I went traveling somewhere, and I came back, and the impressions are through the floor, and it has not, for whatever reason, given them back to... It's not giving me impressions anymore. It's obviously deeply problematic if I'm trying to build this channel to where I can survive. Implies that if I even slow down my posting of new videos for even a few days, and there were still videos I scheduled to post while I was gone, so there were new ones. I seem to somehow know that I wasn't uploading new ones, though they weren't published, which YouTube shouldn't be punishing you for that if you have a buffer of stuff uploaded in advance. But it did. I don't know. I mean, you can't trust big corporations like YouTube. They're trying to modify the behavior of the YouTubers to produce as much free stuff for them as they can, as many videos, which of course YouTube technically owns, despite the ad revenue goes to creators. Can't trust corporations or very often government or a lot of. There's just now I sound like a bloody anarchist, which I am not. But anyways, hope you folks enjoyed this video. Take care of each other, be kind to yourselves, and may always find a guiding star to lead you home. Adieu. Till next time.